Hello. Today I will be interviewing a person who wrote a nonfiction book called The Chinese Cinderella. Now let's welcome Adeline Yen Ma. Where were you born?
I was born and raised in Hong Kong and Shanghai.
What years were the course of the life of the book?
The years of my course took place from 1937 to 1948.
Who directly influenced you in your childhood?
The person that influenced me the most was my aunt because she took care of me a lot after my mom's death because she died after I was born. My siblings will always blame on me for our mothers. My siblings would tease me a lot and abuse me, and I was affected, my life was affected in a negative way. My stepmother would always be really unfair because she only gave attention to her real kids and not really to me or my siblings from our previous real mom.
What was the most significant accomplishment you achieved in your life?
My greatest achievement was probably how I was able to get through all of the pain from my stepmother and all the unfair judgments that she would do. Now that I've been through all this, I think my achievement was that now I know how others feel when they go through the same hardships.
What was the greatest conflict you faced to reach your goal?
My greatest conflict was that I was always the one that was abused the most out of all my siblings because my siblings abused me and my parents, they won't really care unless my father would sometimes care if I was the top student in the class. How I got through that was by writing journal assignments or writing down all my feelings that I would never say out loud that I would get in trouble for. I constantly felt this dreadful loneliness.
I'll be asking you 3 specific events in your life. What do you think most people feel surprising about the event you were in?
What I always find the most surprising is how in Tianjin, the place that I used to live in, back then Japan was a powerful country. They won the war against China, or Tianjin, and so they would invade over China, and whenever some Chinese citizens that lived in China, when they passed by a Japanese soldier, they would have to bow and show all the respect to them, or they might harm you or kill you.
Okay, so what was the most compelling event?
A compelling event was when I was courageous enough to tell my stepmother to stop beating my step-sibling when she was forcing her to stay with her even though she didn't recognize her because they were separated for a long time. And I told her to stop beating her because she's only a baby, and no one else said that except for me.
What was the most shocking event in your lifetime that you were involved in?
I think the most shocking event that I was involved in was when I saw my stepmother give all my siblings bus money, and I was the only one who was excluded from that.
What 2 personality traits do you describe yourself as that people find admiring to you?
One of the traits that I would describe myself, I was a pretty independent person because I try to figure out how to read the maps because my parents won't really pick me up from school, and so since I didn't really know how to get back home, I asked my siblings on how to read the map. I was pretty intelligent because I was always the top student in my class, and everyone would kind of praise me except for my parents. They won't really care, but my whole class would give me gifts, and I would also be elected as the class president. So I think that's a pretty admirable trait to most people.
But